Thank you, Chair. And thank you, Mr. Kekwaletswe, for being with us here. We really appreciate the insights you shared with us. Before I can talk about our role in fostering innovation, I just wanted to share something with you. Some of the members wanted to know more about the books that are written by Professor Andrew Mayo. You'll remember that is our first speaker for the day, who we played a pre-recorded keynote address, and he was talking about succession and talent management and analytics. So he has written 3 books, and you can get them from Amazon. So I managed to check. There is the human value of the enterprise. A new copy costs around £155, and you can get a second-hand book for £23.25. And then there is another book on human resource or human capital. That one costs around £180. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any second-hand copies. So the second thing is about CIPD accreditation or qualification. I'm glad that we have the chairman of the CIPD, Mr. Kekwaletswe, and I believe later on he will talk about, I will ask him to share with us the benefits of being a CIPD member. So as I think I mentioned it in the LO meeting, that Middlesex University will be rolling out level 5 of the CIPD qualification, and I strongly encourage you to enroll for it. I've observed that human resource practitioners, they tend to focus more on developing the workforce, and they neglect their own development. This is an opportunity for you to, make sure that you upskill yourself. And so far I've received 5 names from MCC. They want to enroll for this course. I understand it's going to be online. So Middlesex University has promised to offer huge discounts if you enroll for this. So if you are interested, please forward your name to me, and then I'll share it with the Middlesex University, and then that's when they'll share all the information about the program. This is an international qualification or certification that will open doors for you. Remember, we are now going global. We have companies these days advertising and saying you can work from anywhere. So it's possible for you to be in Nigeria and be working for a company in Europe, and obviously they will look for this CIPD qualification. So I really encourage you to do that. Before I can move into my few words, I just want Mr. Kekwaletswe, if you don't mind, to share with the audience the benefits of being a CIPD member.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, for the online.
Yeah, thank you, Letang. So we have, as I mentioned briefly, about 160,000 members, about 25,000 students each year coming to CIPD accredited qualifications, including, of course, the Middlesex. The benefits, as you so rightly said, Letang, we have not invested enough in ourselves as a profession. I don't know if you're familiar with the expression, the cobbler's children, the shoemaker's children. And I've often said to the profession, that's what it feels like. So we worry about everybody else, but we're not worried about ourselves. So the first benefit, of course, to be part of the CIPD community is learning. It's investment in your skills, not just the qualifications, but what we support, of course, is ongoing learning, continuous professional development. And that continuous professional development can come through lots of forms. We have lots of learning programs, all of them now digital, so you can access them anywhere. As well as communities. We've learned a lot through communities. There are lots and lots of events and meetings and roundtables to discuss and share knowledge and issues around HR and some of the things that I talked about, for example. We also do a lot of research. We're always researching the market, researching labour trends, researching, for example, evidence-based practice, which is a big, big principle we need to drive from now. What is the evidence that is driving the processes and interventions that we're making? I mentioned learning as being a good example. So all of those things come with membership of a professional body like the CIPD. And we are international. We have members all over the world. We have offices in London, Dublin, Dubai, and Singapore, but we are an international community. And it's one of the reasons that it was a real pleasure for me to come and join you all from the CTO here today. Thank you.
So I'm just going to make a few words, some reflections, and then just share with you what the CTO will be doing to help member organizations foster innovation, since our discussions revolved around that, adapting, innovating, and evolving. And so I'll just, 3 minutes would be enough so that we have enough time with Mr. Kekwaletswe. I believe many of you have questions. I'm one of them. I have some questions that I want to ask. So based on the discussions that we had yesterday, it is evident that today's dynamic and fluid market environment has proven that the survival of any organization is rooted in its ability to adapt, to innovate, and evolve. So it is impossible for us to be talking about innovation and not talk about change, or how we're going to manage change in our organizations. Because whatever that you are going to innovate, it will require you to come up with processes and structures that will support and accommodate the innovative solutions. So speakers from yesterday have attested to the fact that innovation is a survival tool in times of crisis and is a catalyst for the fulfillment of organization and national development objectives. This then suggests that without innovation, organizations will not be able to overcome inertia. You will recall that one of the speakers, I think it was Laurie, who talked about overcoming challenges to organizational business transformation. He talked about the issue of inertia, that most of the organizations, they are not able to adapt, they are not able to innovate or evolve because of inertia issues. So that was the case with the CTO. For so many years, the organization remained stagnant and allowed inertia to set in. So when we decided on the theme of the conference for this year, we wanted to challenge the status quo, not only from member countries, but also at the Secretariat, because we realized that if you don't do something about this situation, then the CTO will go down. So the CTO's failure to adapt and evolve led to a decline in membership, particularly in the Program for Development and Training. We had so many members complain about value proposition. They were complaining that they are not seeing any benefits, and that led us to rethink our strategy. We had to refine our strategy in such a way that whatever services or products that we are going to offer, then they will give value to our members. So we believe that if member citizens are capacitated, they will be able to use technologies, and this will ultimately result in development impact. So at the CTO, we believe that capacity building must contribute to national development. We are committed to ensuring that our capacity building programs lead to project implementation. Learners will be equipped to develop some solutions to solve specific challenges or problems in their respective organizations or countries. And this is how we are going to play the role of fostering innovation. This, of course, will not happen in isolation. We will be working alongside key stakeholders in the ICT industry, that is tech leading organizations or companies like Huawei, Samsung, and all these, Microsoft, Google, Facebook. As you know, we had Facebook this morning present on the metaverse. So we'll be working with these companies to develop technological solutions that will help with implementation. This again will require multi-stakeholder engagement. You will recall yesterday when Professor H shared about the project, a remarkable project that they have in Tanzania, that they were able to make progress because they managed to pull together or bring together all the stakeholders, key stakeholders in the country. So we believe through the new strategy that we have, or what we call our new approach to capacity building, we will be able to bring all the stakeholders together to work towards the development of innovative solutions and implementation of those solutions. I'm pleased that when we had the PDT liaison officers meeting on Tuesday, the 24th, where we had the opportunity to talk about the new strategy that we have, PDT members embraced this new strategy. And we are happy and we are excited. We are looking forward to implementation. I believe that from here, participants will revise their strategies in such a way that they enable their organizations to adapt, to innovate, and to evolve. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was wonderful. Now, we take this chance to welcome Dorothy Elwood.